Yo, what up, boxing world? It's your boy T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? We are cooking with grease this morning. All right, so some of you guys know that I kind of do like a video on my little mini break from work, and just want to touch on this. This was a fight that a lot of people looked at as being probably the best matchup of the year. Some even thought of all time. Two-time gold medalists, in Olympics. It's crazy. 4 gold medals with 2 mints. We did not get what we wanted. We did not get what we expected. Basically meaning a very competitive fight with one of these guys, being a winner. It really wasn't as competitive. But let me get into it, guys. I want to start off by saying congratulations to Lomachenko. This guy does what he always do. He looked tremendous. A lot of skills, a lot of movements, a lot that a lot of young fighters, current fighters, and even pros can look at and learn from. But what I want to focus on, guys, is Rigondeaux a little bit. I'm going to actually touch on Lomachenko as well, which, like I said, congratulations. The guy, has tremendous skills, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to earn what's coming to him. The thing is, I believe they are not allowing him to earn it like he should, except they're force feeding it, which, and I'm going to touch on that as well. But let's get to Rigondeaux, guys. So, the fight happened. First round felt like a fill-out round on both parts. You didn't really see a lot. And then we come to the second round. You start noticing, I guess, holding from Rigondeaux. Me thinking that, hey, he just don't have an answer for Lomachenko inside game. He's just holding every time he comes in. And I said somewhere around the third or fourth round, I'm like, he's going to get a point taken away with all the holding that he's doing. He didn't have an offense. He was having some defensive skills, but he wasn't the same Rigondeaux. He wasn't countering. He wasn't throwing punches. He did not go to a plan B or C, for this fight. But the fight went on. And even though 6 rounds in, and Rigondeaux being down 7 rounds in a lot of people's eyes because he had 1 point taken away for holding. But you know what? And guys, things can happen. We didn't see fights where people was losing the first half of the fight and then they just come back and do some crazy shit the second half of the fight. And you're like, oh my gosh, we got a debatable fight, or he clearly came back and won a fight, or whatever it is. Things can happen. But what we got was a surprise, guys. It's like getting a jack in a box without even knowing the jack's in the box, You got a box, oh, thank you, got me a present, and all of a sudden this jack come out and spring at you and shit. You ready to either run, fight, or flight, or whatever's going to happen. And that's what we got. It was a surprise. They pan to his corner. You can see him shaking his head, and he doesn't answer. Now, when this happened, at this point, no one really knew anything about the hand. You just think psychologically, wow, Lomachenko broke another fighter down. He quit. You quitter. Woo. Giving it up like a 1-minute man. Too fast. All right. So, but one thing you can hear when that happened, that a lot of people they was glad to stick it to Rigondeaux with one hand and I don't even want to say overpraise, but definitely celebrate to the tops with Lomachenko. Because Lomachenko did what he had to do, so he deserved praising. I'm not going to knock him on that. But what I mean by Rigondeaux, you got one of the commentators, the first thing when they say that, he's not, coming out for the 7th round, he's beaten down, helpless, without an answer. Immediately get to stumping like while you're down, putting your face in that dirt, just smushing it in there. And another time they kind of sock it to him at the interview. At the interview, he revealed that, I hurt my hand in the 2nd round, and I got to a point I couldn't continue no more. And obviously you got the boos and you got the guy that's doing a post-fight interview saying, and the crowd says it all. Basically just, basically booing on Rigondeaux. And then we get Lomachenko, as you can see to the right, to do an interview. And I told my brother, I said, that was a good comeback. Lomachenko could think really good on the fly because they said, hey, that's a four person that quit. You know, you got to change your nickname. He was like, yeah, I'm going to change my name to, No Moschenko or something. You know, like, okay, yeah, that's pretty neat. But when you hear that again, as soon as they say No Moschenko, you usually hear somebody that sounds like a true nut rubber or nut grabber. Ha, 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 ha. You could tell that it wasn't a genuine laugh. It was one of those, oh, yeah, look at your nuts tonight. Just, you get that type of, they're going over with it, So I'm going to try to come back to some of the things, guys, and just let you know I do 100% freestyle. I'm at work. I get a topic. I think about, okay, let me talk about this. And I make a screenshot and I come over and I sneak away and do my little talking. So then we get a picture. As you can see in the top left corner, maybe you can blow it up. It looks like the top two knuckles are indeed swollen. For some, and I know, people say, man, when you're in a fight like this, you got one leg, no tooth, hairline and jacked up, or elbow dislocated. You just got to go for it, And I understand both arguments. Don't get me wrong. I understand both arguments. And for me, being a guy that, competed, in the sport of boxing and then had, hand injuries and even rib injuries, I understand that, some things you can compete with more, some things it's not as much. And I'm not knocking anyone because we got people that reveal they had a torn bicep and things, and it does affect you. You can't fight normal, especially if you fight a guy like Lomachenko. Now, if you're fighting a mediocre fighter, you can still pull it off. But if you fight an elite fighter, imagine this: anybody that's challenging Floyd Mayweather, and that's a tough enough task within itself. And then all of a sudden they break an elbow, or you break a hand, and your jaw broke. You were at a severe handicap match, but. Let's point out the top two knuckles, all right? Those are the knuckles that you punch with. Those are the knuckles that you do your damage with. Those are the knuckles when you turn over your fist and you punch somebody dead in their face that you want to connect with. Feel your knuckles. Feel all your knuckles and then feel those two right there. Feel those two at the end. And I'm not sure what kind of damage. I do not know if it's something that you could have fought through or not, but it is visually, at least from this point now, that you can see that it's swollen. Obviously, it probably got worse. But so now if you had like a hand fracture up top, you probably can still fight through it more. But imagine those two knuckles being what they are. And some people say, well, it doesn't matter. Somebody had a broke jaw and they fought another round. Well, he said he sustained the injury in the second round, right? I don't know when. He sustained it in the second round. And he fought to the end of the sixth round. So that's finishing the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round after to a point that, he could not continue. Now, if you're cool with him being a quitter at that point, like, hey, an injury is an injury, sometimes you have to quit to save yourself. What if, like, you see his knuckles right there? What if he went out and said, forget it, I'm just going to keep swinging. And not only will he damage those knuckles, but he ended up damaging his hand to a point that, they have to have, major surgery and probably never fight again. Or he could have went out and landed that shot. But the simple fact is, a lot of you guys go out there and spring your toe. Imagine this, you spring your toe. And you limping for 3 days. You limping. Oh. You go kick the end of your table at home. And everybody know that. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I kick the end of my table and I get so mad I want to fist fight the table, but I know it's a lose-lose battle. And I turn around like, ooh, you did it on purpose. And so I know both ends of it. And to be honest, I said to quit or not to quit. That is the question, and that is. Rigondeaux, when he first sustained his injury, he did not. But the fact is, he did a good enough job of sealing his injury, like concealing his injury. You didn't really know that he was injured until he stopped. He didn't really let on that it was hurt. Maybe the holding came from that. Remember, anything I'm saying right now is not taken away from Lomachenko. The people that's truly taken away from Lomachenko are the same people that are promoting, the same people that are being biased for him. Them are the people that are taken away. Basically, they're giving and they're taking. They're going to give him a number one spot. They're going to give him the best ever. They're saying he's better than Ali ever's been. He's better than Floyd Mayweather. They giving him that. And the thing is, if you don't say those things, and if you go out and let this man do what he do best, he goes out, he does spectacular movements, great energy, great speed, great combination. He's going to earn that respect from anyone that watches him, anyone that loves or hate him. Let him do it. But when you go out there and you start knocking down other fighters to put him up, you're gonna have people like, whoa, now you crossing the line, whoa, and it's going to be more of a just like when even more people hated Floyd because he said he was the best. They hated him because he said his stuff was the best. So he got more enemies off of that. But now you got your promotional company and everybody else just knocking down these other fighters, putting you above other fighters. Basically, you're saying there's nothing Terence Crawford can ever do in his whole career to top Lomachenko. There's nothing unless they actually fight, which I doubt it, because they're both moving up. It's not like Crawford is coming down and he's coming up. There's not going to be a meet to settle that, which at least we don't think so right now. But the fact is, I would really like if they shut up and let this man go out there and fight. I guarantee you, he would turn haters into lovers. He would turn a lot of people would be more to cheer for Lomachenko and they'd be like, yes, that guy can really fight. But when you have these it's crazy enough as it is, but it's other people can affect your thinking because they're trying to put up. It's like if you compete with somebody at work for a position, right? You putting in hard work, he putting in hard work. All right. But the difference is, even though you know that this guy is, he's good. But if you have like the higher ups just, oh my gosh, he's the most outstanding guy. He's the person that's invented this company. He's going all the way to the top. You're like, whoa, let this guy earn it. Don't just throw him up there. And you see people that you work with, you can tell that, they got what they got because they know a director or they know this and they know that. And Lomachenko is getting that push, and and the thing is, he's going to get people that's going to dislike what the other people are saying about him and how they're saying that he's better than Ali, he's better than Floyd, how they're using certain fighters to trigger who he's better than, and you're going to get a reaction. And then when you say that, I guess some people was claiming after his first or second, third fight, he was already the best or top 10. My thing is, slow your roll. You're overselling this guy. You're overselling this guy so much that you kind of getting people to resent. I used to be in sales for a while, and they said sometimes when you overtalk, you're talking too fast, you're overselling. People are going to be like, whoa, well, let me take a closer look at this because you're doing a whole lot of talking to say how great this is. How about you just say what you got to say and let me see how great it is? I think Lomachenko has a lot of skills. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's a good fighter, and he does what he do. And until somebody can prove it wrong and prove it different, I think I would like to see him keep fighting and keep doing what he do. If he wins, he wins. He loses, lose. I just want to be able to say I saw this guy compete. With Rigondeaux, it's kind of sad. It's a little sad because I'm still hearing on my end that he probably lost his belt. He suffered an injury after moving up 2 weight classes that, set him back. We did not, if what he's saying is true, we did not get a chance to see the real fight like we thought. There could be a reason why he didn't let his hands go because his left hand is his power hand, and he suffered an injury to the top 2 knuckles, which are the knuckles you punch with. Now, if he should have quit, that's up. I don't know. I really don't know if he should have quit or not because I'm not the one punching with that hand. You go out and mess up your knuckles so they swole, and then try to punch anything. How about you do it and try to punch a pillow? I guarantee you that pillow will hurt you if you got a damaged hand. You know, I don't know if it was enough that he could have fought through, but apparently he felt it in the second round and he fought to the end of the 7th. It's just, you know, you fought Lomachenko. Lomachenko was the better man. You suffered an injury. That wasn't Lomachenko's fault. He earned the win. Unfortunately, you lost. But the thing is, a lot of people are happy you lost. Like I said, they're kicking you down while you're down, talking about you're beaten down, you're hopeless, without an answer. You know, just really taking shots at a person that did a lot of things a lot of people wouldn't do. He challenged Lomachenko. He gave in to the money. He gave in to the weight. He went up there. His performance was not the best. He did not have another plan. That could have been because of the injury. Should he have quit? Should he not? I don't know, but maybe. You do. You can always comment in the comment section and let me know. If I missed out on anything on this freestyle, you can let me know. Add it in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Remember, this is your boy T-Dub with Blazing the Sports. And we're out.